What's going on, everybody? My name is C4. Welcome back to the channel. And today we're here for episode 15 of our college football 25 Dynasty with Florida International. We kick off year number 5, our second season in the ACC. Last year, things were good, great, good, not great, I think would be the fair way to say it. Definitely felt the ACC bumping competition. First couple of years, we were in the CUSA 5-7. 10-4, 11-3, won the CUSA, went to the ACC, had a hell of a roster. I think our roster was definitely top 5 in the ACC, and we finished about 5th, I think, overall. We ended up going 9-4, couple not so great L's on that record. Felt like every time we played a big team, big dog in the ACC, we were humbled, but we were able to finish the season strong, get a bowl game victory, and we are here now, looking ahead, year number 5. As, this needs to be a big year. I think the biggest goal, honestly, that I want to achieve... Well, we got a bunch of little goals, I think it's fair to say. One is we have Florida Atlantic on the dock here in today's episode. That will give us our 4th rivalry win, which will allow us to unlock the Architect ability, which is, really where I want to start focusing almost all of our points from here on out, or at least for the foreseeable future with our coach. I want, honestly, most notably... I want the school to go up prestige rating. I mean, we look at our school right now, it's 2.5, which, we need more stars. We need to up that a little bit. We need to up, honestly, a big one for us is pro potential, because I think that will open up a lot of doorways to getting bigger and better prospects, which you'll see in just one second. But we need the prestige to go up so we get more hours, because right now, 625 hours, whatever it goes down to once we start the regular season, not good enough. So I think at minimum, a strong season this year should at least have us finish with 3-star prestige, which, I mean, that's just the direction we need to go. Here's our recruiting board. I decided that it's probably best to go with a little board, and it might not look little, but it will in a second, and shoot for the stars. I think our roster has a lot of underclassmen in depth that are underclassmen, that we don't need this gigantic class of any 4-star that we can get, we go get. I think we refine that a little bit, and we just tried, at least for this first little opening recruiting window, I think as a program, at least how things line up this year, let's be aggressive and try to get some top dogs. So we are looking at a 5-star here in Mateo De La Rosa. We got, at least we have somewhat of a pipeline there, but he's a 240-pound power back with 93 speed. Very interested. That is a grown man in high school. That's Derrick Henry. We have Ezekiel at wide receiver, but I actually think he might be a sneaky convert to tight end. 6'4", 220. Big-time power, 95. That just seems like an absolute mismatch at tight end. We have Fayyad, who we are just outside his top 5. 6'3", with 97 speed, 91 acceleration, 95 agility. Looks like a hell of a player. We have Miranda, the 4-star tackle. We're in his top 5. De Silva, 4-star guard. We're in his top 3. Alves, the gem, 4-star pass rusher, the run stuffer, which is not the greatest tendency, but has a platinum mental ability there, 6'4", 275. He's definitely some of these players are certainly disposable if, we get stretched thin or we look like we have to put more pressure on maybe that 5 stars. There's just some guys that we don't necessarily need to get a pass rusher. We have Alex Gooden here, who looks a little bit more my style, 6'3", 261. He's a power rusher with 88 acceleration. So that's, quick jump ability. Some say that might be one of the best abilities for a pass rusher in this game. 80 power move, 83 speed, 81 strength. He looks really good. We got the 3-star. Don't have a lot of 3 stars, but if we do, you got to stand out. We have Ty Williams, 3-star gem out of Cleveland, Ohio, 240-some pounds with decent enough speed. But again, that's just kind of filling out the board a little bit. And if it looks like one of our top 4 stars or even a 5-star is slipping away and we need to put more hours, we might need to say goodbye to the 3-star. We have Batonio at corner. I feel good with our corners, but we got 2 guys that we already had on their short list. So I said, why not? As long as we're casting this net. Batonio at 6'3", height, weight, speed. Also has 83 zone coverage. I like the look of that. We have Emerson at 6'1", who has 93 acceleration, 99 speed, and the platinum ability there, team player. I like the look of that. We got Bullets because we need a punter. But the big kind of discussion was like, I wanted a 5-star quarterback. I wanted to just say, screw it, can we at least try? And unfortunately, when you look at the QBs this year, not a lot of 5-star quarterbacks. And when there's not a lot of 5-star quarterbacks and none in our own, backyard, you're not even gonna have an opportunity there, which is very unfortunate. So I did my best to kind of sift through the 4 stars. I just kind of want to show you that it's a weak class, man. It sucks because we need a quarterback. And I'd love to sit here and say, fellas, there's the gem. This is going to be the guy that could take us to a national championship. I think we need to kind of shift our focus towards the transfer portal to find that guy. But we got 2 QBs here and try to make a decision on who the better is. Both 4-star gems, both not initially interested, but we have a little bit better pipeline with Chun. And while Vargas is a top 100 player, when you look at the stats, okay, 95 throw power is pretty good. Everything else, the accuracies are in line. You look at the athleticism, you look at the abilities, you look at the mentals, you look at the fact that he's 5'11", versus Chun, who's 6'4". You give up 1 throw power. Honestly, debatably, Chun is more accurate. He's a much better athlete. Awareness is higher, so his base overall rating probably going to be higher. So I think we go after Chun. But again, it's kind of like Tate. If you remember, we got Tate, the quarterback, last year. He was a 4-star gem. We knew he wasn't going to be really crazy. Didn't really end up having a great dev trade or great skill caps. But you at least, buy a ticket to the lottery and you might win. Chun, if he comes elite dev, he comes with like 6 or 7 total skill caps, something like that, we're going to be laughing. So we have 12 initial targets. We could very easily make that 7 if we have to, if our hours get too stressed. I think that's a nice initial class, but clearly, De La Rosa, if we're going to get a 4, that's a hell of a 5-star. It's not like we're just chasing a whatever meh 5-star. That is, and this will be, an absolute monster. Hopefully we have a chance. So we're refreshing where our schedule's at. We have Georgia week 1. I think today's episode we'll play Georgia, Florida Atlantic. We'll go to FCS. We'll finish up and be able to kick off the next episode against Clemson because that's a gigantic matchup. I mean, that should be winnable. Last time we played FCS team last year, we scored 100 points. Beat them 100-0. And there's a reality that this FAU game is more important than Georgia. Georgia's a fun measuring stick game. Might give us a great boost for where we rank nationally. That 24 probably going to the teens. But FAU getting that 4th rivalry win, being able to continue to develop PL Mullen's coaching tree abilities, a little more important than a flashy win over Georgia. So we got week 1 against Georgia. The roster. You know where we're at. We got Hendershot back under center. I guess, again, I don't want to take too much time up to explain the depth chart again. But, we're going Hendershot at quarterback. But I'm definitely worried about the future of the quarterback spot. So unless we get Chun from the recruiting class or an outrageous role in the transfer portal, which could happen. That's how we got Lenore Sellers. I'm concerned, is to say the least. We got Martini ready to run it back. Best running back in college football. We converted a center to fullback. Going to be excited to see what Rambo can do. Cage returns to one of the best wide receivers in the nation. Kalu. We got Bethel Roman in the slot. A lot of speed at wideout. O-line is solid. 86, 88, 81, 85, 84 across the board. Another area concern is my pass rush. I'm looking. We don't really have a for sure go-to. I'm taking Eric Spriggs. Niche size, which is kind of what you get with FIU. Like these smaller schools, you always have just who can get out to the quarterback. And that's what I did with Spriggs. We have a lot of depth at linebacker. And when you look at him, not the strength you'd love to see. 76 is definitely a little light end. Not like he's a ridiculous athlete, but he has far and away the best combo of power, finesse, move. So hopefully the block shed won't. I mean, we're just trying to see what sticks here because we always want a little bit of a user on the D-line when we decide to actually play a little bit of defense. D-tackles, I feel real good about that. Linebacker core, feel real good about the linebacker core across the board. We got big-time athletes, smart football players, and I think that's honestly one of the strengths of the team. In the secondary, we're going to go Sexel and Chisena. Chisena's going to be in the slot. Kanoy, elite dev, only 2 or 3 total skill caps. Got to get that guy in the field. Same with the Jabo from that class. Doesn't have as good of a dev, but has way less skill caps than pretty much any other corner that would have been ahead of them. So I want these guys to be pushed up the depth chart just a little bit to get on the field and get as much XP as they possibly can. I feel real good about everything, man. We got Romero Mosa, converted linebacker at strong safety. I feel real good about the back end of this defense. D-line, a little bit of concern. O-line, hopefully they take a step up because last year they were dog shit. And, I mean, we can't really worry about the long-term health of our quarterback room. You know, that's something we got to deal with in the offseason. After the first week, we went from not even being on Chun's board to number 2. Top 3 for De La Rosa. We got Gators and Clemson. I mean, I'm going to be all in. I'll tell you that right now. If I have to cannibalize players right away to make sure that we can bring them in for a visit, hard sell when we can. Hopefully we get a good roll on the hard sell. We don't really have much unlocked right now as far as information. Sucks that athletic facilities is that's going to be brutal. Better get a double A for that hard sell. But yeah, we're feeling pretty good about the initial board, I guess. As good as you can be. And maybe, just maybe, quick shock win over Georgia to start the year is what this program needs. And it's Monday morning. I'm not playing defense against Georgia and losing my mind, getting fried. I gotta finish this video. I got a Madden rebuild I gotta do. And I know if I play defense, the way that we play defense, which is solid enough that when we drop 3-4 interceptions every time, and I just can't deal with that. Let the defense do their thing. We're gonna have enough trouble offensively, but I think we might have a chance here for a perfect storm to upset the Bulldogs in the season opener. All right, over to drive. Touchdown, Georgia. See, I'm not frustrated. It's the perfect balance. There we go, George Hendershot. 2-year starter. Got benched last year. Not necessarily due to anything he did. It was honestly just Lenore Sellers had a hell of a training camp. And it's like, oh, well, Lenore Sellers is a senior. We only got 1 year left. Let's see what we could do. And the rest was history. Sellers was great, but Hendershot is the man that got us from CUSA into the ACC. And him having an opportunity here to just get absolutely decapitated is awesome to see. All right, down 14 zip real quick. Awesome. Looking real competitive. All right, then it's just not blocking at all. That's I mean, again, this is the kind of game that's not going to give us an accurate representation of where our team's at. Because Georgia's better than, you know, pretty much every team in the ACC that we're going to be competing with. Bar maybe Clemson, who we have on the schedule. We you know, when in the offseason we looked at it, I was like, do I reschedule out of this game? And it's like, you know what? They decided, the powers that be, that they wanted to see FIU on this stage. We got to give the people what they want. Oh, good grab. There we go. Header shot. Getting in a rhythm. There we go. I mean, we're going to have to use every trick in the book to try to get our guys out in space. Because there's still, I mean, even though we're like an 86 overall, 87, Georgia's like 93. So there is a huge discrepancy in talent. Kind of feeling that to win at some point. They're just going to double them. I imagine they're going to have that safety just stay off. So if they're doing that, we're going to have to check underneath and for sure drop wide open passes. Yep. It's the story of us. I just said last year. 4 losses, right? And almost all those losses are against good teams. Without killing the immersion of, yeah, we're playing on all madness. What you got to fucking, or whatever, all whatever the fuck. All super make the game stupidly hard. Yeah, we're playing that. But ultimately, every time we play these big teams, we never get a single bounce to go our way. Okay? It's always all the penalties are on us, nothing on them. Drops are all on us, nothing on them. So it's like you have to not only overcome the fact that you're the underdog and you're trying your best to figure out, but like then you're also like you're not getting a break. You're not going to get a bounce. You're going to have to like it's just stack. Everything's stacked against you, and you still got to find a way to win. Which, knowing that, and now seeing that firsthand throughout the seasons, going into year 5, we've seen 4 years worth of us getting shit on by the best teams, never getting a break. That eventually there's got to come a point in time where we beat one of these big dog teams, and it's going to be that much more rewarding because likely we still had to deal through all the garbage, all the bullshit, and still found a way to win. Will that be today? Looking down 21-0 against Georgia. And then we just turn it over for the third, fourth time? Fifth? You know, who knows? But it is what it is. Oh, and what is it? 38-0 at halftime? All right. Well, we'll just sim this one out. We still got 2 more games on the slate. And, you know, if the idea of running a football program, in the sense I've been a fan, the question should always be, what would Nick Saban do? Right? Because he's the GOAT. Nick Saban would have rescheduled this game. We looked at that schedule, saw Georgia, and we said, let's reschedule. Initial thought, let's reschedule that game. I don't want that game. We're not a program that's established enough to get that game. We shouldn't be rewarded with that game. It's going to fuck with the mojo and the chemistry and the momentum early season. Initial thought, reschedule it. That's what Nick Saban would have done. What we did was, let's thank the powers that be for scheduling us in this terrific opportunity. Tried to go shock the world. Terrible, stupid decision. We got properly punished. Never again. Guys went down swinging, though. Header shot finished this with more touchdowns than interceptions. Run game was non-existent because the O-line was non-existent. Bethel Roman in the slot, 9 catches, 162 yards, 3 touchdowns. Good for him. Defensively, Spriggs, 3 sacks, 2 sacks from Carter. So Spriggs making that kind of, you know, he's 5'11", 230. We're saying, you know what? You're a best pass rusher. Let's see what you can do. 3 sacks against Georgia is a hell of a start. And you know what? Not frustrated. Again, dumb to keep this game on the schedule. Very smart just to sim it so I'm not losing my mind and we can recollect ourselves and beat the shit of Florida Atlantic and get that rivalry win. Ooh, look at that. We're first for De La Rosa. So what we need to do here for De La Rosa, he's going to be the belle of the ball, right? We're never really going to be able to hard sell him. I don't think they'll ever be, worthwhile because we have the D for athletic facilities. Now, this is the perfect pitch, and we do have double A. So, I mean, we can always double back on that, but I think right now maybe scheduling a visit actually makes sense in this case, just because we're not going to be able to have the perfect pitch, but we can still sell him on like an A coach prestige, and then double it up by putting even more pressure on having to beat Clemson, because we beat Clemson, it's going to give us that much more of a boost. Let's make that game mean a little bit more. Also adds a little bit that we are really competing with Clemson for his signature. You know what? Since that Georgia game was bullshit, let's play Clemson. Let's get that one in at the end. But up first, we got Florida Atlantic. Handle our business here in the rivalry game, and then we'll be able to spend those 30 coaching credits. Like, when does that happen? Like, is A going to come back to the football here? There we go. And he doesn't drop it. That's shocking. There we go. Boom. And he dropped it. Best wide receiver on the team. 90-some overall. Why? That was a perfect fucking pass. Pardon my French. But my God. Second to go. Let's go, Martini. Come on, you know. Oh, great. Yep. Great push by the O-line. All right, this is what we did, man. We brought in a 300-pound fullback for these exact reasons. Boom. It's not going to be a vulture for Martini, but I will say it's going to be. I think we're going to treat it almost like the tush push. You know, you give Saquon Barkley maybe a chance. And if he screws up, can't get that 1 yard, you then go to the unstoppable play, and I'd love to see the 300-pound Rambo be the unstoppable 1 yard play. I got 32, trying to get points here in the first half. And we'll take a sack that probably pushes us out of field goal range. We'll try it. Ooh. Let's go. Here. See if we can get in with the window dress and the razzle dazzle. Love to get this to Cage. No. Can we get to that tight end? No. Take Lenore Sellers' arm talent for granted, man. Well, he had some great throwing motions. Got the ball out quick. Don't currently have that, unfortunately. And the right bumper's open, but the O-line just decides not to block on that play. So we got a chance for another long field goal attempt. Looks pretty good. Psych. No. Here we go, Cage. No safety. This is your time, buddy. Got him. Beautiful. I mean, he could have went to the show. I think he could have probably been a second-round pick. I didn't even have to persuade him. He was committed to finishing his college career out this year. Quiet game, 0 on the score sheet against Georgia. We needed that. Yeah, we might be able to get him again, honestly. Had to. There's no safety there. I'm almost certainly going to audible to that. There we go. 4th rivalry win. Let's go for the coach tree. Player of the game. Probably Cage. Maybe Martini. There we go. That is our 4th straight Shula Bowl win over Florida Atlantic. There you go. Cage, player of the game. Earned it. All right, let's go, PL Ballers, with the rivalry win. We can unlock Architect all 15 points, unfortunately, but from here on out, I don't think... I mean, at minimum right now, I think we're going tier 3 on all of these, except obviously specialists. So, it's a lot of points, probably, you know, multi-year target to do that. But I think that's, you know, a smart direction for us to go, because I mean, we're not anywhere close to anything else. You look at Motivator, and as it stands right now, like our OC and our DC are pretty much maxed out at the respective positions there, so I'm fine. I think we're already, like, you don't necessarily have to double up there. We're nowhere near getting program builder, CEO, talent developer, or strategist. I mean, strategy at minimum, that's another 3 seasons. So, I mean, you add on elite recruiter, scheme guru. Not really that close to either one of those either. So I think it just makes the most sense here to pump our points in Architect. We go header shot. I gotta remember, header shot, big time athlete. Pretty much the only advantage he had over Lenore Sellers. And even that, Lenore Sellers still a big time athlete, but header shot is like 95 acceleration, 90 speed. So out in space, especially against FCS, it's gonna be way too much for their linebackers. Real good throw by Kyle. Behind him, honestly. Matched up against a D lineman. You'd love to see him get out of space. But you know what? If there's one thing I think we might be able to do here against FCS is get our passing game in a rhythm. You know, that's just... All right, on a decent drive here. Well, I mean, one win that I want on top of a win is we got Clemson out of the bye. Our passing offense has not been in a rhythm. And it's not been great. I mean, again, it's just... I don't want to beat that dead horse. We don't have that QB on the roster. It's got to be everyone else stepping up. And hope that, you know, we can game manage. Good grab there. Get that deep ball working. That's a great throw. There we go. Great throw and run, Cage. He can sometimes not run in a straight line. You know, vertically. He can do it horizontally as well. Thank you, Byron Gage. So this point, let's see if we can break a couple more records with him. Force feed him. Oh, another one. I don't even know what his yards are at, but it's probably pretty disgusting. We'll see at the end. I think that's the best way to play it. We'll see at the end. Nico Martini on the board. All-time leader in rushing touchdowns. What a power run. He opens his account here of his junior season. Here we go. Hey, did drop it. Oh, run it up even more. Cage, can he get? Oh, he could get in. Well, there we go. It's 500 yards. 6 touchdowns for the passing offense to get right ahead of Clemson. 49. Again, last year was 100. And I kind of feel like that's my vibe on the team difference. Last year was 100. But I mean, that's a hell of a showing for Hendershot. 5 touchdowns, no picks. 100 yards and a touchdown. 6 total with Hendershot's rushing. Wow. 7 catches, 354 yards. 2 touchdowns for Cage. Bethlehem with 2 touchdowns. Simpson with a tutty. So that kind of makes up, you know, if you're looking at averages, Cage had 0 catches, 0 yards against Georgia. You know, split that between these 2 games. He's kind of on that pace that you want to see. Sack and a half from Sprigg, so it's been great 3D chess, moving him from like a pass cover linebacker to utilizing his rushing stats as he's 5 sacks, 6 sacks in 3 games. And this is where we're going to have our final game of the episode against Clemson. Here's another reason why. Not only is it just gigantic, but we have Chun, De La Rosa, and Ezeki, our 3 biggest targets. And, I mean, if we're going to make ground on Chun, we just can't. I mean, we might as well hard sell. I feel like 2 A's might be enough to offset the D. And then we'll hit him with, you know, max. Yeah, we should. Even though he's not a QB that I'm like, we have to get him. We'll go max there. We have De La Rosa. Who again, maybe risky because we are first for him. But I feel like we can hard sell and bring him in. Like, just do everything in our power to secure the service. So we'll go 65. Ezeki, we'll hit him with 65. He's coming on a visit this week. I think we win. He commits. We get this freak athlete that I think is going to be a tight end of the future for us. We should get Fayad, who's another one of our definitely top targets, signed on. First for everybody else is looking good. With that performance, Cage now has single game record for FIU with receiving yards, 354. Suck it, TY. Clemson look at tail of tape. They are better than us, but we can't go, oh, boo-hoo, we're little FIU, Vice-U underdogs. We're almost a 90 overall. Like, this needs to be a game for the first time in FIU Dynasty history on this channel. We go up against a team better than us, and we beat them. Every other time so far, through 4 years, we've lost. Usually lost in embarrassing fashion. That needs to change today. One of the biggest regular season home games in Florida International history. The Meows are out. Pitbull is here at Pitbull Stadium. The Vice-U uniforms are clean. And it is time to get our biggest ACC victory as a member of the conference here over Clemson. And the biggest week we've ever had for visits. 2 4-stars, 1 5-star. Let's impress them. All right, there we go. We got all right, first play hold. Couldn't have scripted that any better. There we go, screen pass. Decent blocking. This is where we like to hit right bumper on the run. I can't win, man. It's just... Why? Why is it the same script every game against big teams? Fumbles that I have not really a whole lot of control over. One-sided penalties that I don't have a lot of control over. What we can't control is how we respond here. Let's go, man. Need a touchdown. Let's make him earn it. Why? Did you see that? What was that? Look at my running back. What happens here? Look at that burst. Let's watch this live. Look, look. Good speed, good speed. Just... Is he... That was his second run of the game. And he's not gassed. It's the fourth game of the year. Like, it's... It all, like... Cheating. It feels like... Got him. Boom! See how our defense plays against Clemson. Oh my God, we get the interception. Great Kareem. Interceptions are incredibly rare for my team. We are in year 5. I think I probably have 10 total interceptions in those 5 years. So anytime we get one, especially in a big game like this, that is huge. And there we go to Kate. Got a lead. Got him. He has a step. Boom! Now they got athletes on Clemson. They can bring him down, but that's the shot play that we need. That's the shot play that we got in a rhythm last week. Now, whatever. I know Clemson barely ranked. Don't care. Clemson score a touchdown in under a minute. So we are going to have a game not pulling ahead. There you go! How about... Of course, Clemson would score with like a minute. But if we can get something here. Run. Oh, what? Where? What? Can someone explain what that is? Why is my team so slow? That's the second time that it's like as soon as I pass the line of scrimmage, minus 50 speed to my player. Like, bizarre. What's not bizarre? This offense is firing at home. We're gonna run out of. That's sand that we shoot up there. People think that's sand. That's not smoke. We're gonna run out of sand at this pace. Look at the run game. All right, 3rd and 7 after a bunch of running to march our way down the field. We'll go to Nico Martini, one of our best short route runners on the whole team, who just goes, actually, yeah. I'll score, Teddy. Terrible tackling from Clemson. Our defense, fortunately, though, allows them to score pretty quickly. I hope that 5-star RB is seeing this. And he's seeing, for whatever reason, my running back keeps slowing down when he gets to the second level for no fucking reason. 3rd inches. It's Rambo time. Let's go, big boy. Go 3rd and inches, finds Izine. Goal to go. Clock is running. Exactly what we want. We're going to go direct snap to Martini, who's been a little bit light on the touchdowns this year. I mean, that should put this one away. I'm not saying I want to run it up. I want to run it up. I hate Dabo. It's everything. Hate Dabo. Easy guy to hate. We got those guys in attendance to recruit. Some of them are thinking about Clemson. We might not have the NIL that Clemson does, but let's let this little matchup here at home at Pitbull Stadium to remind them which school you should choose. Hendershot, 6 touchdown performance. I believe 5 through the air, 1 on the ground. Unbelievably efficient. We definitely, though, need to bring in like a sports scientist, doctorologist. Something like, you know, Chip Kelly used to have for Philly, the smoothie guy. Why are my players slowing down as soon as we get 5 yards beyond the line of scrimmage? So what's going on there? I know I'm taking the coward's way out by not dealing with the defensive side of the ball, but we need to keep highlighting the season that Spriggs is having. Another TFL and 2 sacks. Had, what, 3 sacks against Georgia, 2 sacks against Clemson? Whew. Let's go, moment of truth. First week after a couple of gigantic visits. First 5-star in program history, and he's a stud. Let's go. Only the beginning. This here, episode 1, year 5 with FIU. This is the turning point. First 5-star landed. That's the new baseline. That's the new standard that has been set. We also get Ezekiel, who I think is going to be a freaking generational tight end for us. We get Fayad, height, weight, speed, wide receiver. We get Gooden, the top defensive prospect on our board. What a freaking week. Now we miss out on the QB, which we weren't even over the moon about anyways. Not the end of the not the end of the world. There we go, fella. I think that's a perfect way to wrap up the episode. We are, I think, 14th right now overall. Yeah, we lost to Georgia, is what it is. Never should have played that game. But we end with a win at home over Clemson, where we get the biggest signing in school history, Mateo De La Rosa. 5'11", 240 with 9, like, just come on. If you're not going to give me the QB role that we can go chase, at least let our first 5-star. I'm not even going to be super, doesn't have to be elite. I'll take star with good skill caps. But why not let him be elite? Let's just, perfect scenario. Sunshine and roses. And this De La Rosas is the greatest power back prospect we possibly could see. So that will do it for me here today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. As always, your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. I'm not gonna lie, really just want to just keep playing this, so it won't be too long before we're back with another episode. Until that time, it's your boy C4 saying peace. I love ya. Have a good one.